All right. He goes on and says that prophetic ethics then is transformational discipleship in the way of Jesus Christ. And he uses John 13 here. Transformational discipleship, he tells us in the Jesus way, is a spirit led process of forming persons and communities to be just, loving, and connected to God, the Creator. Micah 6:8. Jesus calls his disciples to seek first the kingdom of God's justice, he tells us in Matthew 6:33, right? And justice then restores the poor to their rightful place amid economic inequality. So, kind of an interesting understanding of that particular passage.
Right.
There's the right place for the poor, and that's to be equal with economically equal with everybody else, I guess, in the society. So justice restores the poor to their rightful place amid economic inequality, confronting corrupt leaders who are concerned more with personal purity than with helping the needy. I guess we could do both, right? We need to be concerned with personal purity and helping the needy, but he suggests that there's too much emphasis. At least that's what he's saying Jesus is about here. Too much emphasis on personal purity than in helping the needy.
And when Jesus saw the widow put in the 2 mites, he definitely stopped her and then opened up the treasury box and gave her half the take of the temple. I mean, he didn't stop her from giving her 2 last bits, right? That would have been wrong.
Right.
Not putting her in her place.
Poorer than what she was.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Or Jesus said, you'll always have the poor in your midst, but now's the time to do something else. So,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
But we digress here.
We do. There's going to be a lot of that from my side. Tony's the professional. I'm the comic relief here. In contrast to priestly ethics of the temple that had become complicit in the economic corruption of the Roman regime, Jesus' prophetic ethic called for a large-hearted love of God and neighbor, especially the least and the last, who he announced would become the greatest and the first. Matthew and the Sermon on the Mount there. Heeding Christ's call to go ye therefore and teach all nations, we need to teach the kingdom and work for justice in a world as we share the gospel with others. For him, I guess that's part of the Great Commission aspect there, because he says Matthew 28.
It's kind of interesting what he does there, right? He kind of, I guess the teaching is part of what we're supposed to do, but the verbal phrase in that particular passage is make disciples, right? Teaching is part of making disciples, but what Jesus really is saying is we need to go make disciples that is followers of Christ.
Right. Is Jesus telling us to go colonize the nations, though? It seems to be that might be what we're doing here then. Many Christians interpret Jesus' Great Commission as only a call to personal evangelism, but Jesus' kingdom teachings demonstrates that ministry of mercy and justice are inseparable from evangelism. Okay.
So you got to have both, is what he's suggesting.